Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a wet burrito. Now, Mexican food is something that I really fell in love with while I was out in California. It's a place I still like to go as much as I can. So traditionally what they do is obviously they add rice, pinto beans, vegetables, and your choice of meat. However, this is my kind of little take on it. The wet coming from my favorite restaurant actually called Celia's, which is in a place called Marin, just outside of San Francisco. What they basically do is after they finish the burrito and they've wrapped it, they add a nice sauce and cheese and they finish it in the oven. So this is what I'm going to be showing you how to make today. Protein I'll be using today is a chicken breast, tomato sauce for finishing the burrito, and traditionally again you should use a tortilla. I'm using what's called a lavash here. So the vegetables I'll be using today are 1 red and 1 yellow pepper, an onion, obviously some garlic, and some herbs. So this is parsley, but for this dish usually it's actually better with coriander, but sometimes I like to do it with parsley. These two will be to finish the dish. Now this is guacamole. You can either make guacamole if you know how to do it. If not, there are some good quality ones available in the stores. And jalapeño. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly clean the chicken, get off any excess fat. So now I'm going to be putting the spices on the chicken, starting with the cumin. 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of black pepper. So now I'm going to put the spices on the chicken. I've already got 1 tablespoon of cumin and black pepper. Now to add 1 of paprika and half a teaspoon of turmeric. And now finish it off with salt. So now I have all the spices on the chicken. I'm just going to mix it up to make sure that it's well marinated. Right, so now I'm just adding a little splash of olive oil. So I'm going to be starting with the onions and the garlic. Once they're cooked for a couple of minutes and they've softened, I'm going to add the peppers. And a couple of minutes more after that, then we'll be adding the chicken at the end. Right, now the onions have softened a little bit. I'm going to be adding some peppers. Right, so now the peppers are in with the onions and garlic. We're going to be cooking them off for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then we add the chicken. Right, so now at the same time I'm going to start warming up the sauce, the tomato sauce. For this I'm just going to be adding a little bit of cumin to a little bit of oil, and then add in the tomato sauce. So 1 tablespoon of cumin should be enough. Right, so this is going to be the sauce that we're going to be using on top of the burrito. At the moment it's got cumin, paprika, a little bit of olive oil, and then tomato sauce on top, and obviously, as always, a little bit of salt. Now I put the chicken in. The onions and the peppers are nice and soft, and we're going to cook this out for another 10 minutes until it's ready. So now I have the chicken, the peppers, the onions and the garlic cooking away together. You can always put a nice little lid on it to create a little bit of steam in there. Now generally I'll cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes, but I will be adding a little bit of sauce and obviously the parsley or the coriander if you like to finish. Normally you would obviously use refried pinto beans for a burrito. However, we don't always have access to it here in Turkey. But what you can do is get yourself some regular beans. Here I've got some cannellini beans already cooked, and what I'll be doing is crushing them. So I'll be adding a little bit of the tomato sauce to the chicken mix. And I'll also be adding the parsley. And I'll also be adding half a lime. So everything is mixed in, the parsley, the lime, the tomato sauce that we have prepared over there. And it should look something like this. So this is a nice block of cheddar cheese. This is what we're going to be doing, or using, excuse me, to finish the burrito before we put it in the oven. Over the beans. Okay, so now it's time to bring everything together. You add in the cheese to finish. If you're like me and you love lots of cheese, do not worry if you add too much. So now this is ready to go in the oven. I've got it set to 180 degrees, which is about 350 Fahrenheit, and you only want to cook it for about 10 minutes until the cheese is melted and golden. Now the burrito is ready. Oh, look at that. Nice dark golden color. This is how it's supposed to look. So guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and smash that subscribe. Until next week, take care.